वंस अगेन गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन। आप सभी को मेरा एक बार फिर से नमस्कार और इस वर्चुअल वर्कशॉप में आप सभी का फिर से एक बार स्वागत है। उम्मीद करता हूं कि अभी तक हमने जो भी कंटेंट डिस्कस किया है कोहा के बारे में, वो सारे कंटेंट आपके लिए उपयोगी साबित होगा और उसका आप लाभ भी उठा रहे होंगे। It is a bit difficult to just manage both Hindi and English, but I will try to manage. Some of my friends, they are from South India, so they may not understand Hindi well. So it will be difficult for them to understand. So I will try to manage both Hindi and English. So far we have discussed about in 5 days about the Koha installation, acquisition. In acquisition, we have also discussed that how we can deal with the multiple entries, means purchase of one book or more than one book, or deal with the multiple item in the same purchase order. So all these we have discussed, and now we also saw that how we can generate the report with the help of Koha. So that is that has already been discussed, and I am expecting that you all might be finding it interesting, and also you might be using means learning through demo version, or those who are comfortable, they can install in your means laptop or PC wherever you find, or you can have the practice on the demo version also. And I'm very happy to let you know that we will have a dedicated one session on installation of Koha on desktop, and also installation of Koha on cloud. So that will give you more, you can say, insight that how Koha can be installed in a PC or laptop or in a cloud uh, platform where you can have the access to your server from anywhere. So thank you very much for joining this virtual workshop. And today we are going to start with the remaining content or portion of the acquisition, and then we'll move to the cataloging. And also, if the time permits, we'll see that how we can do the circulation in circulation module. So let me share the screen, and then we will continue with the session. So if you have any query or question so far, whatever we have discussed, if you have any query or question, so most welcome. You can ask the query, and I will definitely answer either now or at the end of session. If you have any query, so please do not wait, and just put the question in the chat box, and definitely we will discuss on that, so the doubts can be cleared. In meantime, I'm just going to refresh whatever we have discussed by adding one more book quickly, and I will also show from the beginning to end, and we will discuss the complication again within 5 to 10 minutes. So I am taking again the Bimal books and go for search of the vendor in the software. Yeah, it is available. I am adding one purchase order. So far I have a purchase order for this publisher or supplier, and this is the purchase order created. Against this, I am going to add the entry. So as I already mentioned in my previous discussion, that there are many ways to add the entry. You can also have the entry from external source, or you can have it from your own catalog if it is available, or you can enter as a new record, or you can get it from suggestion if anyone recommends from the OPAC. So try to understand here. I always suggest that instead of getting the recommendation through online public access catalog, if you have mechanism, the OPAC to some extent is okay, because the uh, the recommendation is done by your authorized authorized user of the library. So most of the time, the faculty or the research scholar, they may be they may be just suggesting the book, but in case you do not allow the authorized user to suggest the book from online public access catalog, so I will always suggest to either type the means detail of your catalog, like title, author, edition, and publisher name manually, or you can directly, if you are aware about the ISBN number, you can directly take it from the G39.50 protocol Library of Congress web server. So it will give you the quick record from LOC server, or you can type it manually because it does not take much time, only 4 or 5 fields you have to type. Or even if you type the title and proceed with the purchase order, the when the book arrives, it can be updated by the cataloger, whoever is working in the technical section. So that is not a big issue, you can manage easily. So I again go ahead with adding the record through empty record, and you can see only 6 7 records, 6 7 details I have to fill up. So suppose I am giving theory of information science. This is the title of book which I am going to purchase for library, recommended by faculty or this authorized user. And this is, I have just given the name of the publisher. This is second edition, published in 2020. If I know the ISBN, I can enter or I can leave it. And now I add 3 copies or 2 copies. I select the font, books and monograph. The price of this book is 500. So, and here I guess 25% discount is given by this supplier. So you can see it has automatically calculated the total price, so 750. And now I click on save. So my one step which I mentioned at the time of discussion, one step I have completed of adding the title to my purchase order, and I send the email or I take the printout and send it manually through post, and I will maintain the record for my means reference, and then I'll close this purchase order. Closing the purchase order means you have sent the PO, and now system will not show when you search for this order, means open order. It has been dispatched to the supplier for supply the item. I assume that after 30 days or 20 days, whatever the time you have given to supplier, the book arrives in the library with invoice detail. So there again you will see that who has sent, because you may be sending the purchase order to many. So you have to see that who has sent the book. So again, by seeing the invoice, you will search the vendor and just click on search. So whatever the order pending against to this supplier, it will display here. So click on receive shipment. Once you click on receive shipment, it will ask you to add the invoice number. So you have to enter the same invoice number which is mentioned in the invoice against your this purchase order, order number 4, and then click on next. If there is any shipping cost, you can add, otherwise you can click on next. Now the actual work starts in the receiving here. See, when you are going to receive in the software, I assume that you all means all the work have been finished by you in a manually, means processing of the book, adding the accession number, maintaining the record in accession register, and writing the accession number or noting down the accession number in the invoice. The same accession number will be given to this title in the Koha. So it is always necessary to finish all the manual work before you proceed for receiving in Koha. Now you click on receive. So it will display the two window in the same screen. Left side you have to fill up the item detail. You can see the catalog detail is already filled up. So you need to give here the item detail. There you have to mention that where this book will be kept. So let's say shelving location will be on display, and you have to provide the accessor number which you have already assigned in the uh, accession register. So I give the next accession number as per my the number given in the accession register. What is this? This will be book. So I add as a book, and then click on add item. So you notice this accession number has been, this row has been created with this accession number. But you still see I ordered two quantity, but in system I have received only one. So again I have to go fill up all uh, the information in the item, and here you click on add item. So see, as soon as it becomes equal to ordered and received, when both are equal, so it will show the reduced or completed item detail. One more thing that is very important to understand here, suppose you have to order 10 copies, so 10 times you have to add, because each item, each document will have the separate barcode number, separate accessor number. So each item you need to enter and add it to catalog here. And once it is over, so here you will see the actual cost. Try to understand that this cost, whatever you have given, it is as per the invoice detail. If it is not matching, so you can make a change here, and accordingly it will calculate the price. So now I move and click on save button. Once I click on save, I can see the total amount has been calculated, that is 750, because one copy cost 350 after the deduction of 25% discount, and then total amount will be deducted is 750 rupees. And finally I click on finish receiving. So you see I have completed the second step, and after completing the receiving in computer, I mean Koha, I will send the in processed invoice to account section for further payment to the supplier. Okay, let's say I have sent, and now after 7 days again I get information from the account section that you need to means update in software. So I go to search the vendor again. I click on invoices, and I can see my invoice is here, which is still open. So I go to action, click on details, and I finish the billing detail here, and click on close, save. So invoice has been modified, and this invoice has been closed. Now you see theory of information science. The total amount will be deducted 750 rupees, and this is over. So quickly I have finished the process again for your better understanding, and I will request all of you to please repeat it or practice it in Koha demo version, or if you are having Koha in your system, so you can have the practice, because acquisition generally we do not use in Koha. Very few people they are using, but if you are going to use it, it is going to help you in a very systematic way, and it will help you to generate the report. It will give you all kind of reports whatever you want. And one more thing, as I already have discussed, that is the report portion. We created reports yesterday, so you always can go to the saved reports, and you can run them anytime, and that will give you the exact report. Suppose I want to see that how many books have been uh, added or available in the catalog. So I can simply click on run, so it will display. You see, there are 8 books so far, and it is giving with the price detail. So this way you can generate the report, and also you can create your own report. Those who did not see the video or missed a session, so they can go again and they can see and they can understand that how we can generate the report and create the report for our means whatever the requirement we have. Okay, now let's move to the next next module. I am going to start cataloging module. Today we will be discussing that how we can catalog, how we can do the cataloging in Koha. So friends, as we know that Mark 21 is a bibliographic exchange format, or you can say the data entry format, where we can enter the record with the help of Mark 21, and we can maintain the catalog. So that catalog will help the user to locate the books in the library. So there are many type of documents in the library. It may be books, it may be thesis, it may be standards, it may be periodicals, whatever. So what we have to do, we have to organize them in a proper way by giving the classification number, by giving the item number, I mean book number, and assigning them proper location, categorizing them, whether they are reference or they are books. So that will be kept in the library following some standards and rules. So we also have to follow the rules as per our requirement and then create the catalog. So there are two methods to add the catalog to Koha. One is the manual, which we are supposed to do in cataloging module as per the Mark 21 format. So that I'll be discussing. But there is another method also to add the catalog in Koha, and that is through Z39.50 protocol. There are many server around the globe, or you can say they provide the details or catalog, or they share the bibliographic detail to be imported in other server. So using Z39.50 protocol, you can get or you the detail into your server. That will help you to, or you can say that will reduce your efforts for cataloging any document. So before I proceed, I will be taking you to the different mark tags which we are supposed to learn and know, that what are the mark tags we need to learn, and that which mark tag will be used for means adding to our catalog. So as we already have discussion on different different modules. So the first one we have discussed acquisition. Now in technical processing, I'll be showing you the different mark tag. Okay, for cataloging, suppose I purchased one book, or I have one book which I am supposed to catalog in the Koha. And when I take the book and start adding the information to Koha, so what are the main tags I have to fill? So I will just mention few tags here, and then I will be letting you know that which tag to be used for what purpose. So generally when we start adding the information of any book, what we are supposed to add? We are supposed to add the ISBN number, then call number, then the author, then title, then title. After title, if there is any subtitle, then statement of responsibility, after statement of responsibility, edition, in place of publication, name of publisher, year of publication, then physical description, then if there is any series, so that also to be entered with volume or whatever the detail available, then subject, and then after that if there is any URL, because these days the publishers or the publishers, they are also providing the supplement in the form of PDF. So to access those content, you need to add the URL so that users, when they search the document in the catalog, they will also be able to reach the PDF available with that book. And then finally, if there is any second author or third author, so that we will be adding to as a added entry. Okay, now let's see that which field will be discussed in this. All these information will be added to which tags in the Mark 21. So ISBN number, this will go to $020 Call number will have two things: the class number and book number. So class number, if we follow the Dewey Decimal classification, so we have to add the information into $082 it will contain class number, and $082 B will have the book number. Author will go in $100 A, title will go in $245 A, subtitle will go in $245 B, and statement of responsibility will go in $245 C. Then edition will go to $250 A, place of publication will go to $260 A, name of publisher will go to $260 B, and $260 C will contain the year of publication. So please don't get confused. This you have to, by doing it, you will understand. The series will go in $490 A, and volume will go into $490 V. Subject will go into $650 A, and URL number, it will go in $856 U. Added entry. Here we need to understand what is added entry. See, if there may be, I'll add here in red color so it will be easy to understand and visual also. See, there may be different cases of author. What can be? There may be case one, I mentioned here, one author case. Case two, two author case. Case three, three authors case. Case four, more than three author. Case five, editor, translator, collaborator, etc. Case 6, author, and editor both are there. So how we will do the data entry when there are these cases? So please note, note here, if there is one author, so always the author will go in $100 A. But if there are two authors, so one entry, the first author name will go, first author will go in $100 A, and second author will go in $700 A. Always remember, case 3, if there are three authors, so the first author will go in $100 A, and second and third, second author and third author will go in $700 A. If there is a case of more than three authors, so this, in the case of more than three authors, as per the ACR2 rule, as per the ACR2 rule, the access point will be in the title. So all the authors or the first author added entry will be given in the $700. See, as per rule, if there is no principal author in more than three author case, so as a rule, as per the ACR2 rule, the access point will be in the title, and the added entry will be prepared in the first author. But here my suggestion is that if there are more than three authors, let's assume that there are four authors, so in that case I suggest, especially in the cataloging, to add all the authors in the while doing the cataloging of any particular document which has more than three authors and there is no principal author. Why I am saying? Because see, this is the age of technology and our online public access catalog is available everywhere. So sometimes it may happen that I remember the fourth author of the book and I do not remember, unfortunately, the author is the fourth in sequence. So if the added entry is prepared only with the first author, so remaining three author will get unnoticed. So in that case, it may mislead the users and they may not get the exact information. So adding all the details to catalog will give the users an opportunity to explore about, and that also will be searchable. So it is always better to add all author in $700 A. If it is the case of editor, so in case of editor, collaborator, translator, whoever, so that entry also will be prepared, means access point will be in the um, $700 A, because the access point will be prepared in the title. So here also all editor, translator, collaborator, they will be added to $700 A. Now, if there is an author and editor, so $100 A will contain the author and $700 A will contain the editor as an added entry. If there is a case of two authors and one editor, so first author will go in $100 A and second author and editor will go in $700 A. Similarly, if there are three authors and one editor, so in that case, first author will go in $100 A and remaining two authors and editors will take place in the $700 A. So on this, I have prepared a 24-page document on how to catalog the different documents in the Koha that I'll be sharing through mail. or I'll share the link so you can download that PDF file. So each case with example I have elaborated. So that is also mentioned in my uh, book, which is you can take it from Amazon. I'm really means sorry for mentioning that. The book means is not available today, but we are trying to get it on Amazon as early as possible. So you can, if you want, you can take it, or I'll share the important information so that you can see. Okay, so all these we have discussed. Now let us move back. Again, I just try to drag your attention. All these points when you start adding against any document. So all these points you have to remember. Otherwise, you will be missing the information. Now, one more thing that is very, very important in cataloging, and that is punctuation. See, when we were preparing the catalog, we used to manual catalog I'm talking about. As per the ASCR2 rule, we used to prepare the catalog with some punctuation, like the title. Suppose I'm starting the title. After that, we used to give the colon if there is any subtitle. After subtitle, that will be supported by forward slash by adding author, and if this by is not given in a book, so we used to write in the square bracket. Then likewise, whatever we used to follow as per the ACR2 rule, so we also have to see when we do cataloging in Koha, this punctuation we are supposed to give at the end of every item. For example, when I add title, so after title, it is my responsibility. For example, I have written theory of library science, and then if there is any subtitles, I'll give colon here, and then I'll add overview. For example, I have added the overview. This is the subtitle. Then it will be supported by the forward slash, and I have to mention here by. After that, if the statement of responsibility, you have to write here statement of responsibility, then you have to add all the author and whatever the detail, author detail here. So what will happen when you display it in the open online public access catalog? So this punctuation will also take place in the catalog. Let me show you one example so you will understand in a better way. I take you to the loc.gov, Library of Congress catalog, and here I suppose I type classification and search any document. See, when I go to, for example, perhaps I have gone correctly. Library catalog. It's opening. Just have a patience. And now I search for, suppose, classification. Let it get, okay, it has searched. And I open any document here. just to make you understand how it is done. So I go to mark tags, and now you see I am making the screen little big so it will be visible to you. See, at the end of every tag there is a punctuation. For example, this number of page, centimeter, then you see colon. If I take the example of 260A, the place of publication, then name of publisher separated by colon, and if the year of publication, that is separated by comma. Likewise, you see, we will take another example which has more number of tags, so that will be more clear. So exactly I am trying to say that whenever you are doing the cataloging, you have to be careful and you have to ensure that the punctuation is also added to, so that you have the better catalog or the catalog as per the rule. You see, I take here the author 245. So 245A separated by the forward slash and the author name. Similarly, separated by colon, then this comma. So this is done at the time of data entry itself. It is not done separately, so that it will have the proper punctuation in the software at the time of cataloging the book. Now I directly take you to the catalog and then we will start the data entry. Okay, so I go to cataloging here. When I open, there is a new record. It will have the default different type of framework. Now you may have the question that why different types of framework? Please remember that we have different types of documents in library, which may have different types of meta. All the different documents will have different metadata. So we have to finalize, we have to ensure that the metadata for different framework is as per the standard. Like if I talk about books, so I have to follow AACR2 rule. If I talk about thesis, there also I will follow the rule of AACR2 or the Dublin core, whatever, and I will ensure or the metadata which I want to add to uh, just catalog the document, I will see that all the information are added to the catalog properly. So different framework like CD-ROM, this will have dimension, diameter, the size of the volume, all these. So different framework will have different metadata. So that's why you are supposed to have the different framework for different types of documents to have the proper data entry in the software. Now I take the framework books here. It will open the default framework and you can notice on the top, just follow my cursor. It is separated by tab. All the tags which starts with 0 are falling in 0 tab. All the tags which starts with 1 are falling in the 100 1 tab. Similarly, tab 2 contains all the tags starting with 2, likewise 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So remember, we have to fill those tags only which are important or which we have discussed just now. But in addition to those tags, some of the tags are by default and you don't have to do anything. Only you have to just click the cursor there once. It will automatically fetch the default value to those fields like fixed length control field, and fixed length data elements, date and time of latest transaction, and leader. these three tags 000, 008, these three tags will automatically fetch the value, so you don't have to worry. You simply click in this text box and it will take the value. 040 is basically cataloging source, and what is, you have to mention the transcribing agency, for example NITJ, or whatever the name of transcribing, whoever is, you can give the institution name here. And after that you have to add the class number and book number here as per the DVD decimal classification. If you are using any other classification number, so you have to see and accordingly you have to enable that classification tag in the framework, and you have to add the value accordingly. So for example, I just give here 025.4, and suppose I give, this is my call number, and now I move to 100 field. Notice here my personal name field and date associated with the name. So I have to add the data in tag A, and I just give the name of Gupta RK. Suppose I have given the name of the author. Now I move to 245 title. So in 245 I have to be careful because it will have the punctuation. So theory of library classification, I give colon because it has, I give the colon here, and then I give overview. Then it will be followed by forward slash, and I write by. Here I give RK Gupta. Then I move to 250 where I give second ED. And please remember, here we used to give dot space hyphen. And then 260, here we give New Delhi and colon, then name of publisher, suppose I give SS and comma, and then suppose 2003. And now I move to 4. In 490, if I have series detail, I can give here. In 500, please see, 500 is a general note. It is just like it is a field which can contain any kind of information which you are not able to accommodate with any tag in the while doing the data entry. So my suggestion is that all those information which you find that I cannot accommodate anywhere, you can mention here. Like if you have separate table of content, or if you have any appendix, or if you have any supplementary document, or if you have any kind of information, if you feel that it is going to be useful for the library users, so that those information you can add it here. So that will be very, very helpful for the users. So you can leave, you can enter the information in general note, or there are many other tags like formatted content note, summary, targeted or target audience note. All these will have the different information. Accordingly, you can add. Then 600, 650, you are supposed to give the, suppose I give here classification. Now you may be definitely having the question in mind. Suppose there are two keywords, or then how it will be given. So you just need to click on this, repeat this tag. So when I click, you can notice that the another field with the 650 tag is added here. So I give the another keywords here, library science. If I have to add another key word, so again I click on this repeat tag. So it can be repeated in the tag field. This tag can be repeated by clicking on this icon. Then let us move to 7. If there is any data added entry, any second author name, so you can just click on this 700A. And if there are more than two author like three authors, so two entry will be added to $700 A. So here also you are supposed to click on repeat this tag, and it will add two tags of for 700, where you can accommodate two authors at a time. Now a tag 856, as we already discussed, this will allow you to add multiple information, but we have to add the uniform resource identifier URI or URL, which always should start with HTTP. Otherwise it will not open the, means fetch the, or allow you to access the content. So www.dptripathi.com. So if it does not start with HTTP, it may not allow you to access the content. Then move to the tag number 9, where we have to select the item type, whether it is book or computer file or reference, whatever. After selecting this, you have to click on save. So see, as in the discussion on first day, I mentioned that when we do the catalog, when do cataloging, always it will have two window. In the first window, we have entered all the bibliographic description, where title, author, edition, everything. In the second portion, which is known as item, it will contain the name of the library, where you are going to place it. So it is new arrival, so we have placed it on self. Then we have to add it here as a accession number, so it will, means we have to add the accession number, and then we have to click on add item. So please remember, if it is one copy, so you can click add item once. If it is multiple copy, for example, for this particular book, I have purchased 5 copies. So you click on the first accession number. If all the accession number are in sequence, so the first accession number you have to write here and click on add multiple copies. So how many copies? Total 5. So now after adding 5 here, click on add. So automatically all 5 copies will have the incremental accession number, like A108, 109, 110, 111, 112. So all these books have been assigned the barcode accession number, and these have been added to Koha database. Now it's time to check whether this book is added to our database or not. So you can check the information at two places. One, you can check at the staff interface, where you can see search the catalog. So I can simply type library classification and submit for searching. I can see there are 2 books available in the list. So just now we added 5 items. So I can just click on this and it will show me the detail here. You can see there are 5 copies and all the information. But same information can be searched in catalog. The catalog, where you can directly type library classification and you can click on library catalog. I will show you that how you can customize the catalog, everything. You see the same information we have entered and it is available here. Okay, you can see there are 3 view: normal view, mark view. If I click on mark view, so it will show me all the tags which we filled. And then ASVD view, you see it is showing as per the ACR2 rule what we have entered here. So the value which we added, now it is displaying as per the information we have given to the catalog. So this is about the cataloging, but still there are many things which we have to discuss. So I guess I stop sharing now and moving back to my screen. And I guess so far whatever I discussed so far, it is clear to you all, and there is no problem in understanding the content which I am discussing here. And if you have any query or question or any suggestion, if you find that I should share with me or with other participant, so you are most welcome. You can just type in the chat box, and then definitely I'll discuss. So I have discussed today about the cataloging, and also the means repeated the acquisition. And I request you all to please continue with data entry. You try once, and then tomorrow onwards we will be discussing about some other portion of cataloging, like editing, deleting, batch item processing, modification, and also we'll see that what else, I means how to reduce the level of framework. Suppose I showed you the default framework which has approximate more than 900 tags and their subfields. So I'll be demonstrating that how you can reduce the number of tags which are not essential. I mean to say how you can limit the tags to 15 or 20 fields which are required for your cataloging. And then also we'll see that how we can customize the framework with other metadata field. So for today, we have sufficient exercises to do. I request all the participants to please spend time, 30 to 40 minutes, and do the data entry of different types of documents with different types of access. For example, one author, two author, three author, more than two author, and case of editor and author, case of more than three editor, all these. So you will have more number of query if you have not yet done. So it will give you more, you can say, it will give you experience to explore many things. It will give you opportunity to learn many things. So please do spend time on just adding the information to the Koha in online demo version, or if you have Koha in your computer. So thank you all for being with me today in this virtual session. Tomorrow again we will meet at 8:30. We're continuing the session with cataloging, circulation, and circulation will not take much time because we only have to learn issue and return, but we will also see how we can add the patron and other things, and then we will follow the serial and online public opaque customization, and we'll try to finish the Koha tomorrow because we have other tools also to discuss. And next we will start D space after tomorrow, and we have to finish all the tools which we have in the agenda. So wish you all a very happy evening ahead. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, kids, everyone. So till then, goodbye, good night, take care of yourself. We'll see tomorrow at the same time.